Today I'm here with Daria from HealthX Lab. We just, achieved almost 81% growth in revenue in last 30 days without facing any bottlenecks or drop in ROAS using our proprietary strategies at Arlocks, even though we had, some issues with the website in the beginning. So just a quick intro about, HealthX Lab. HealthX Lab is a premium, supplement brand in the health and wellness category, and we have been primarily targeting customers in tier 1 cities, even though we do get some orders tier 2 in southern cities also. We have been getting plenty of orders, and we have been selling different products around AOV, average order value of 1500 right now. And I think there we have been working together almost for last 30 to 45 days. And in our collaboration so far, what we have achieved is 81% growth in revenue. As I said, almost we have been able to double the ROAS, what you were getting before. And the RTO percentage has been also lowered from 35% to 10%. And we are consistently, getting 35% prepaid orders. So I think this is a perfect moment for us to, just recall and review where we have been so far. Now I would like to hear from you, Daria. First of all, why did you started, HealthX Lab?
So the main reason for starting HealthX Labs for me
Hmm.
is been a personal one. As I also explained it in my initial call with Kabir that in 2022 I had a very serious bad health episode, and after that I started digging into health and wellness things. I started focusing on my own health, and during that time I came to know that there is a big gap comes in terms of supplements, where we see a lot of stuff there in the whole supplement market, but lot of even only 5 to 10% would be the truth which these big brands are selling. The customers would only face with majorly one issue, that the supplement is not working because the market is such, and
Hmm.
hence the whole research started from there, from this particular hypothesis. And 1.5 years went into that, digging deep into which supplements work at what level of and what quality of ingredient is needed to actually for an individual to see the results. And yes, from there HealthX Labs was uh, built on that particular foundation, and yes, we grew from there.
Okay, amazing. I think has been a long journey, right? Coming to the
Yeah.
final product. What was the challenges that you were facing, like before working with Arlocks?
So before working with Arlox, the major challenges we were facing in terms of communication with the last agency with whom we had a whole partnership going on.
Hmm.
They and the money management aspect of the ads. They did not have a proper plan in place. What
Hmm.
were the target? What needs to be achieved? How should we go about it? And how should we scale? Also, some of the small issues with the creatives I also faced. With Arlox, it was very easy in terms of communication, planning. The team is always up to date. We have discussions every day. So that is really nice.
Okay, and what did you specifically, like about the communication with us so far?
So with Harlox, the communication has been best because we can discuss on each and every aspect, that either one or the other team member would focus on one
Hmm.
particular either growth. Sumit would be there on creatives, Kushi would be there. Someone or the other would be assisting on a particular matter. So it becomes very easy to for me to whom to consult, and have a clarity on each and every, because as a business owner I have to look at 10 things in the
Yeah.
world in a whole broader perspective. Hence it would be better for me if it is fragmented into individuals who can take one or the other aspect of this whole marketing.
Okay, got it. And you said you were facing issues with the money management side of the things. Like,
Yes.
what kind of issues you were facing before us?
So you would be knowing the current reality of the markets in meta ads, right?
Yeah.
It is a tough market out there. The bad times are there. The whole competition is also huge in the health and wellness niche. So money
Yeah.
management becomes very much important, that we do not burn a lot of money on
Hmm.
senseless things. We have to plan properly so that we have a good runway, we have good things going, and obviously we cannot get results on day one, right? We know that there would be this type of results. We have to expect that. We have to be pragmatic about it, and then create a plan so that we do not lose money without getting some good results out of it. So that was the main issue. They did not have a clear plan in terms of spend, on
Okay.
what to spend, what amount should be our threshold, where to stop. That was the thing.
Okay. Understood. Why did you choose, RLOCs over other options, or why did you even decide to switch to us?
See, the main reason for choosing RLOCs was one thing, that when I talked with any member of the RLOCs, they
Hmm.
had very great conviction in terms of what decision to take. Right? Conviction matters a lot. If you do not have confidence on yourself that yes, we have to take this particular decision, this is the right thing forward, although we might not get results, but we will achieve it, for example, 10 days, then that is something that which gives us a room to create a good plan and to not get bothered about the result and create and think about the future, and proper plan happens from there. If a
Hmm.
particular person who runs the whole operation do not have conviction on themselves, then that would not give us good result. That is what I feel. That is what something which I work on. So the similar thing I saw with Harlocks, they had good
Hmm.
conviction in themselves, good confidence, and hence it also gave me know that a good logical guys are working on it. Hence I am pretty much unbothered about that.
Okay. Yeah, I think that matters a lot. I mean, as you said, right? If conviction is not there in the team,
Correct.
how can you get a conviction? Even when we hire anyone, right? We need to have a conviction. They need to
100%.
have a conviction in themselves. That matters a lot. And how has been your experience there with the creatives so far with us?
Yes. So as you see in the health and wellness niche, there would be a lot of competitors, lot of creative ads being
Yeah.
done by our competitors. So it is very important for any team to firstly understand the brand itself. The main the main thing which became easy because the initial onboarding form with the RLOCs, it was very in depth. So when I
Hmm.
explained everything in that form, then you would be at least come at par with me that what HealthX Labs is, what is our ideology, what is our branding, which fonts we use, small things. So when we come on the same page, then the obviously the creative output comes good, right? Then we only have to test different angles and we only have to think about that, but the designing aspect of it, we are on the same page. Hence
Hmm.
that is really nice with Harlocks, because you know HealthX Labs as good as me.
Yeah. I think we took a lot of time anyways
Yeah.
to understand, but yeah, we think that has been
No, it is
working out really well.
necessary. It
Yeah.
is necessary for building a base, right? You cannot understand such a deep niche where science is there,
True.
education is there. We cannot do any wrong claims. A lot of
True.
regulatory aspects are also there. So it is very necessary to understand that.
True. That is true. And specifically, like, in terms of growth, how have you been feeling, so far in last, 30 days, as I said? Like,
No,
what has been your experience with
the
it?
the growth is really nice. So we have started getting good orders. So it has been good. Now totally the focus is on the next month, achieving our next targets.
Yeah.
So that is nice.
Okay. My last question would be there, like, what would you tell, anyone who is on the fence, to work with Arlocks? Like, what would be your piece of advice to them?
My piece of advice to anyone who wants to work with Harlocks, that they should not be, if they have any inhibitions of coming with them, they should not be concerned about communication, trust,
Hmm.
and people working have conviction and they would not do anything rash. So they should not concerned about that, that a good team is working on it. They work on it every day and they will at least communicate with you whatever the plan would be there. So
Yep.
that is if any. So I feel this is the main inhibitions of a business owner, right?
Yeah.
Whether what will, because a lot of agencies are currently not doing good practices in terms of they would promise not realistic results and everything. So these are the main things where a really truthful team comes and they give at least a pragmatic goals, and so that the business owner would know the real things which they should expect.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, this is interesting. This is what I have also seen. We have also seen it, right? There are teams available in the market, right? And people, brand owners, they have, bad experience, sometimes with the agencies. Then they become hesitant to onboard and any agency, or they have, trust issues.
Yeah.
I mean, before working with us, right? Did you have any kind of, that doubts? Okay, I'm not sure if I can trust our logs. Like, what was the one thing that made you trust
That
us?
one thing always comes, whenever you
Mhm.
start with agencies, that thing is always there. But at the end of the day, as a brand owner, I need to take risk. I need to back my instincts. I might have talked with around 30 plus agencies,
Okay.
got an interview with them. So I got my fair idea about who was selling
Mhm.
what results were achievable, what were not. Even by an agency, I was promised 8x ROAS. But I,
Okay.
I knew somewhere that
Yeah.
he's just saying that to at least convert me in a customer. So
True.
that was not the case with Arlox. The communication was proper. The
Mm.
target was properly set. The work that was needed to be done was communicated with me. That it is not like that. Just I hire Arlox and they would magically grow my sales. I also would
Yeah.
have to work for it. But I wanted a partner that would work hand in hand with me. I am ready to give my 200%. But if the other party also give 100%, then we can easily achieve our target. So that is the thing.
Okay. So do you feel that your investment in us, time and money, both has been worthwhile so far?
No, no, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the most important thing. I think that's pretty much it there. I really look forward to, hitting our next goals, right? In month
Sure,
two,
sure.
month three, and, next 6 months.
Yes.
This is just, milestone one, right? We'll have, more reviews like this in future,
Sure.
and
Yeah.
really appreciate your time, for giving us today. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.